Wow. I mean, um, awesome day for our program. Great environment. Our guys, we felt as though we still grew in our identity last week, although we were very disappointed, that Kentucky was really good. Just weren't able to play a full game with those guys. We had a better week of practice, and the reason for that is we had a captain by Vince Calhoun, by the name of Vince Calhoun, who just set the tone because we had a bad day and a half last week, and so we practiced really well. We prepared hard, and here's the thing: our guys believe. They do. Our guys believe, and that's something that's really, really, really deep, and that's something that's really, really powerful. And then you got to go execute. You got to play the game of football, And it was 0-0 turnover takeaway at half, and then we turned it over first. I think we ended the day though ahead on that. There was a couple on the ground that we didn't get, but you got to win that stat. We try to win the battle of special teams. I haven't seen any stats, but it was what's that?
2-1.
2-1. And then, defense, we think that's a really good offense. Was last year, and it's better this year. Our defense really played well. Weren't going to shut them out, because they're really good. And then offensively, I think Coach Keene and the offensive staff did a fantastic job putting together a plan. The guys knew what the plan was. They worked the plan, and not easy. I mean, they had the nation's sack leader coming into the game, and they were giving up 1.1 yards a rush coming into the game, and offensive staff put together a great plan, and the guys executed it. Getting down, was it less than a minute, I think, maybe 54 seconds or so. Maybe that was last week, but to get down there to kick the field goal, the chip shot, was just awesome. I love my guys. I love our staff. I love this team, and today's a great day for Eastern Michigan.
You mentioned defensively, you were able to get 6 sacks at the last check I had, and really good push by them up front. What were they able to do this week differently than previous games this season?
Yeah, no, this is a good offensive line, really good passing attack and really good RPO, and then obviously with number 2 back for them, I mean, he's a dynamite player. So we had to defend the whole field just like we did last week, but we knew, it was one area that we had to play better interior defense versus the run. And then we had to apply more pressure, on the quarterback. And you got to do that with our 4, and then we've got to, be creative in ways, in times where we can pressure. And our defensive staff put together a great plan, and I think a lot of it is just the preparation. We want to keep getting better, and we had to get better from last week to this week, and that's one of the ways that you saw us improve.
Offensively, Mike and his clock management, that final drive to be able to get Chad an opportunity. Walk us through that final drive and his thoughts on clock management.
Well, I didn't do a very good job on the series before. We should have used more clock, and we punted the ball, and then they went down and scored with very little time left. Then Mike did a great job, the offensive staff, with our no huddle, just taking what people give us. Great protection, great decision making, and then obviously guys had to make plays, and they did.
What you set Chad up there at the end. What was going through your head when you called that last timeout to give him the opportunity to kick it to win for a second consecutive year?
Well, we wanted to bleed the clock down to 3 seconds, and they did. We told the official that, and then so we just Chad's money. I'll tell you though, early on our protection on extra points, those guys were getting through, and so that was a great wake up call for us. For that moment there at the end. But how crazy is that, to have a field goal to beat a Big Ten team in their stadium, last play of the game at Purdue last year in the rain, and then in the bright sunshine, here at Illinois, for him to do the same thing with essentially no time on the clock. Just, I thank God, for moments like this and for all the work that's gone into it, and it's just to see the joy on our players, and to see some of the benefit of all the time and energy and passion and spirit that they put into it. It's just very thankful to be coaching college football and coaching at Eastern Michigan University with these guys.
It took 126 years for this program to pick up their first ever Power 5 victory. Now they've done it in 3 consecutive seasons. What does that mean for you on a personal level, to be able to say you're the guy who's helped lead this ship?
There's a lot of people. It's been 3 years of that, so it's 117 players plus the whole staff and everything, and then all of last year's people and all of the years that we beat Rutgers 3 years ago. And I guess what it means is that we're I've said this a couple times, but in a lot of ways, we're people that other people maybe didn't want and didn't believe in, and we believe in ourselves. We believe in each other, and so we really do feel as though we're doing something each time that we do this, that just other people don't think is possible. And I don't know that there's much greater, in athletics and a team sport to bind together with other guys, to look them in the eye, and to go through the mornings in January and February when no one's thinking about football, and the whole process that you go through. And then to go do it out on the field on a Saturday, against people that everyone says is better than you. It's an awesome feeling. It's humbling because you know that you can't do it without so many other people. So it's just special, I don't know. It's just special, man. Love my guys.